I'm Florian, Vorreiter, you say in German, Vorreiter in English, if that helps you. I'm a luthier, which is also the word for guitar maker, and I've been working in my trade for 11 years. And I focus mostly on custom building instruments and then also on restoring musical instruments. So the Storyteller guitar project essentially changes my role from providing the musicians with a perfectly tailored tool to providing musicians with a perfectly tailored artwork, which is based on collaborating with them and also based on all the inspiration that I get from them as who they are as people, what defines them, what defined their life, what made them who they are today. The process I generally separate it into 3 stages. So the first one is planning and drafting and talking a lot with the musicians. So we meet, I understand what I'm going to be building into the instruments, what they're looking for, and I do lots of the drafting, work out all the details of so that my workflow later on is going to be somewhat smooth and straightforward. And we also do some material acquisition. So in some cases I can go out with the musicians and look for lumber if they want me to use something that's reclaimed, for example. Then the second stage is the building phase, and during that time I'm starting to really create the actual artwork and work on it in my workshop.
My name is Carrie Wilkie Stevens. I am a musician slash photographer slash booking agent slash I have 2 jobs. I think my hope is just that it'll add something really different to the show that I almost can't even imagine now without seeing the guitar or holding it or playing it, you know, that not only am I going to tell stories, there's going to be this real depiction of my life on this guitar. And another huge hope for me, and one of the things that's really exciting for me, is that, you know, as a mom of a 10-year-old, you know, this is something I'm going to leave for him someday. And it's not just going to be, here's the guitar that I wrote a bunch of songs on. It's going to be, here's the guitar that tells the story of this period of time in my life where he was old enough to remember that period and to be a huge part of that period. And so for him to eventually pass down and pass down and pass down, it's almost like the stories of the lessons learned and of the life kind of that, the hard times that I've gone through but I've gotten through, that those can maybe be passed down as almost pieces of hope for future generations. It sounds crazy, but yeah, that's a huge part of it for me too.
My name is Michael Petkow-Falk. I'm a musician, a producer, a recording engineer, and I run Head in the Sand Records. I hope we make a couple really beautiful, innovative works of art that are pretty great sounding instruments, and I think that, you know, I think we're on the right path for that. And I also hope that Carrie and Florian and I get to go and meet some people and talk to people and get to engage with the people that are part of bringing this to life and helping us with this. And you know, we want to play some concerts and we want to, you know, take the guitars on the road and show them off, because then it's not just going to be your regular old campfire guitar. It's going to be something special.
Right now the planning stage is pretty much done. We have all the prep work is finalized, and we are starting off, or Mike and Carrie are starting off the fundraising campaign. And once that stage is done, then I'm basically ready to start my work at the workbench. I want, well, my dream. Sure. My dream is that, you know, when I finish the instrument and I give it to the musicians, that they, I don't know, they start crying or something with joys of tears. You know, that's the most important thing to me, is that it's not just nice materials, beautiful finish, nice technical aspects, but that they actually find themselves in it. My hope is that this project and the instruments and the way that we built these instruments together and collaborate on this is going to have a significant or noticeable impact on the music in turn. Because I'm inspired by music, I build the instruments and the instruments shape the music. And so at that point, the project would come full circle.